Hey, it's Aran here. In today's video, I've interviewed a TikTok expert because I had a question about, does TikTok work for business? And this is a question that I didn't actually think the answer is yes, but the answer is most definitely yes. And this TikTok expert has given me some insights about how it works, how he built his account and stuff like that. He's digital nomad. And by the end of this video, you'll get a good clarity answer on, does TikTok work for business? And not only that, we discuss some extra topics, which I think you will find extremely valuable to do with being a digital nomad, the social dilemma and things along these lines. So it was a great interview. And at the very end, there'll be a special video as well. Thanks. Hey, everybody. It's Eran here from the .com Truths podcast. I'm here with my friend, Olumide Gbenro.
Gbenro.
Is that right?
That's right. You got it. Olumide Gbenro.
Okay, perfect. Good to have you here. So he's a TikTok expert and also built a decent following on Instagram as well. I'm fascinated about this world of TikTok. So I'm really happy to have you here. And in earlier I just was kind of getting insights about course. I don't care about that. I'm here to pick your brain about TikTok.
Yes. Any question you have about TikTok, I got you. I'm here to please all my people out there around the world who are still curious about TikTok.
Totally. So I'll tell you, like I generally, up until 48 hours ago, 72 hours ago, when I first did a TikTok course from one of the other course creators on this bundle, I thought that TikTok is just for dancing people, honestly. Like I just didn't think, and even there were people who are on it, who are not kids or whatever, I thought they're not making any money from it. And then I was spoken to one of the coaches in the group, and she said she's overloaded with high ticket coaching clients from TikTok. I just fell off my chair. Yeah. And then this is the craziest part. I was promoting the bundle to somebody yesterday. Older lady, she's probably 65, maybe 68. And she's not a client, but just on my list. And she said, sorry, I'm really busy. My TikTok just blew up. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? And she said, yeah. I went to find her on TikTok. She has 30,000 followers in the last 48 hours. She just exploded. And I looked at her videos, and she's just talking about things to do with baby boomer stuff. You know, it's just her audience is baby boomers. And I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I am so freaking sold. So there you go. That literally happened last 48 hours. So I was like, okay, I'm opening an Instagram. I was opening a TikTok, and there you go.
TikTok is like that because it's highly targeted traffic. That's what people don't understand, that although there is a lot of dancing on there, there is the ability for the algorithm to find you your exact customer almost, but at least the people who are very interested in the content that you would create. It has a very, very smart algorithm that's based on retention, on watching the videos, just like YouTube, as you know, but also on the hashtags. So unlike Instagram, unlike Facebook and all these other platforms, the older platforms that you have to pay to participate, TikTok is very organic and gives every single person, including a 60-something-year-old woman, a chance. So the fact is, at least she used the right hashtags when she made her video, and or she created videos that resonated, that allowed people to watch for a longer period of time. And what happens is, in the algorithm, the way it works is, when people watch a video for a certain amount of time, preferably the whole video, the whole 15 seconds, the whole 60 seconds, it's going to show it to people who have been watching similar videos. So you know, when you go viral on TikTok, you know you're finding the people that are most interested in your topic or in your area. That's the beauty of it. That's why coaches, dentists, chiropractors, marketers are finding clients. Real estate agents are finding clients. And I talk about it in my course. People in real estate are doing so well right now, the ones that have jumped on, because people are asking about features of a home. People are booking calls or booking tours on a TikTok video comment section saying, hey, John, are you available, at 9 a.m. tomorrow? I'd love to take a look. It's like, because you're addressing a need and you're answering questions and you're in front of your target audience. One of the biggest success stories I've seen also is sort of the medical niche in chiropractors. For dancing, I've seen a chiropractic office do a TikTok dance, a trend, but guess what? They were all wearing their uniform. They had the logos on the shirts. And guess who gets shown content first on TikTok? It's the people that are nearby your current location or your city. So everybody knows this dentistry in Texas as like the one place they need to go now. If it's not for immediate bookings for your calendar, it is for strong branding to see you and recognize you as the go-to person just because you have uniformity in the content that you create and the people around you are wearing the same uniform and you prioritize the logo and the name of your dental office, all of a sudden you get business. And it's not hard. Anybody can do it. And I think a lot of us who've gotten on early and created consistent content on a regular basis are the ones that have won. The reason that I went viral was not because my content was special. I mean, I like to think that. I mean, I did create cool content. Well, because the reason I went viral and the reason I grew so fast and now almost 100,000 followers is because I created content every single day. So I made a calendar and I made maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 videos. And I started posting at the same time every single day. Some videos got 800 views, some videos got 20,000 views, and a few videos got 1.2 million views, you know? So I was basically counting into, as you advised me as well with YouTube, creating content that seems to resonate more after you've actually been consistent.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I was looking at your TikTok as well, and it's true. You can see its consistency, and it's not to say that the content is not good, but there was nothing like that. It was nothing that somebody else can't necessarily create. That's the point. It's not that your content was not good. It's just that anybody could do it. It was really like nothing fancy. You just pick up your phone and you just do something creative.
The one that went super viral took me, like the one that has over 1.2 million views, maybe more now. I know there's another one that has more, maybe 1.9. Bro, that took me 15 minutes. Like it was one of the random ones. That's what people say. Like, we don't know which one's going to go super viral. We just create consistent content of what's needed or what's trending, put our spin on it. And I was like, this one's going viral. But I was like, okay, yeah, it should go viral. But the fact is, it depends on the time of the day you post, all these different factors. But it took me, that's what I want to tell people too. It took me 15 minutes to make a video that has almost 2 million views and made me famous in Indonesia. Like, people recognize me from that video. They're like, oh, you're from TikTok. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I could be the TikTok language guy. That's why I also went into my niche language, because I realized that that's what people like from me, because I'm a foreigner in Indonesia that speaks Indonesian and other languages. So it takes less time to create viral worthy content and to reach a target audience on TikTok than it does on any other platform. You know how long it takes for you guys to edit your Instagram videos, especially ladies. You do the filter, you do the like TikTok. It's the most realist platform. You put the video camera there, you click, you have 15 seconds to share some value, whether it's entertainment or education. And if you resonate, you will get seen. If you resonate, you will have engagement. If you resonate, people will click the share video or share video button, and you'll get seen by potentially hundreds of thousands of people. And I know we'll talk about monetization, how that sort of works and the different types of monetization on TikTok. But the point is, the traffic is rampant on TikTok. It's ridiculous. Crazy. I'm not even posting the last 2 days because I've been focusing on a few other things. And I'm still getting maybe, 80,000 profile visits every day. I don't even understand it because I've never done that on any other platform. And I'm like, thank you, TikTok.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, try to do that. Like if you are someone who's a bit of a seasoned marketer, for example, who's been around the block, and you want to compare that to Google SEO and the amount of work to create a Google SEO and write a blog that's optimized and all that. And now, that's not to say people should not do that. That's not the point. But if you want to compare the ratio of the amount of effort versus the potential reach, I mean, you want to go where the attention is, you really do want to, it's quite something. Now, tell me about your niche. It's very fascinating to me. So you're in the language niche.
Yeah.
So what does that mean exactly?
I'm basically teaching Indonesians because let me give you one preempt or sort of a setup on.
Yeah.
Before I created my TikTok account, I didn't know that this is one thing to remember, folks. If I can tell you one thing, you get locked to the region that you first start your account, and whatever SIM card is in your phone at the time is where they're going to show your content to. Be careful with this. If you want to have a specific
Wow.
audience, make sure you buy a SIM card or have a SIM card in your phone before you even download TikTok. If you've never done it yet, congratulations. That's one of the only advantages. You basically get shown to the people in the audience. So when I got TikTok, I was in Indonesia and I had an Indonesian SIM card, meaning all the videos get served only to an Indonesian audience. So what I noticed was when I created English speaking content, primarily only, it wasn't ranking or doing so well. When I started learning and speaking Indonesian, then I was like getting more views. And the videos that I get really, really high views is when I speak Indonesian or when I'm teaching English or using English, teaching English to Indonesians or Spanish to Indonesians. So the reason I'm in language niche is because it was just something technical that happened that I didn't know. I was learning as well, 6, 7, 8 months ago. And I'd say be careful with that. But secondly, guess what? I still created entrepreneur content for Indonesia, for my TikTok, and it still did really well. I've got videos that's got 20,000 views, 80,000 views, me talking about what is affiliate marketing, how to make money on TikTok, some hacks on VPN. They deleted one of my VPN videos. Whoops. And those videos still, let me just tell people, still did very well. I did videos that were talking about marketing, but what I noticed for me, particularly because I was looking at the trends and I was looking at reactions, the way that I knew I could grow a lot faster was recreating or remixing content that already ranked and that already did really well. And that turned out to be, for me, speaking in Indonesian, Spanish, German, and telling people and teaching people Indonesian, those languages. When I was doing days of the week in Spanish, Indonesians want to learn Spanish for some reason. And I was noticing that's what was getting me the most interactions. And that's why I decided, okay, forget it. I'm not going to be seen by the American audience until I reach 5 million views and it goes outside of this region. I might as well focus on giving value to these people, and especially these younger entrepreneurs and teenagers and younger 20s who are like interested in learning other languages. I thought to myself, this was my way of giving back, because this Indonesian in Bali, has given me so much in the last year and a half I've been here. I wanted to just give them free value. And in the future, I'm working on an app right now actually for Indonesian and English. And then also how to figure out, once they've learned English, or people who have more advanced English, how to teach them how to be freelancers to make money online. So I do have a strategy in monetizing and creating value for people. But the language is the basis of what makes people watch me right now.
I get it. That's awesome. And I think I want to highlight a couple of things you mentioned, right? And I think if there is an underlying tone, forget about TikTok, forget about all of that stuff. There is one underlying tone, which is the audience. Do what's right for your audience. What does your audience actually need? What are they interested in? Because it's not about you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me. It's not about that. It's about what's your audience. And just taking away from a straight, like, let's call a spade a spade. It's really important to really focus on that. And if you can garner that attention and build an audience, the monetization will follow. How it will follow? Sometimes you gotta also be flexible. Maybe it'll be affiliate marketing, maybe it'll be an app, maybe whatever. But when you're just doing what's right by your audience and providing value to them and building that audience that way, there's just no beating that. So I think that's a really important point to highlight as well. Yeah, separate of the hacks. The hacks are great. I love hacks. But from a business fundamentals, just building an audience and doing what's best for them. Yeah. Now, let me ask you about this SIM card. So I'm in Australia. I've got an Australian SIM card. My target audience is not necessarily in Australia. My target audience typically isn't. Most of my clients are in the US, actually. So what do you...
Actually, you're doing pretty good. You're at least in an English-speaking country. What happens is that your content gets shown to a larger and larger group, and it expands to different regions. So when my videos have gone viral, it's taken me from Indonesia to Malaysia. So people in
Oh, I
Malaysia
got it.
speak Malay Indonesian or Malaysian, which is an Indo-Malay. It sounds so similar, and it's very close to be the same language. A lot of different words for certain things, but they understand Indonesian because it's so similar. It's like the British and American and Australian accent. You still understand me, mate? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway,
No worries, mate.
so my regions go, yeah, right. My regions go to Malaysia. So it goes Indonesian, Malaysian, and I believe they'll put me Singapore before they put me UK or any other
Right.
Western country. You, on the other hand, you're at least in Australia. They'll probably go New Zealand, they'll go England, then America. So if you go at least more than maybe 100,000 to 500,000 views, I mean, that's a lot for some people who haven't gotten that virality yet.
Sure,
But
sure.
once your video goes viral, it can leave a specific region or country, and they'll start testing it in other countries. So at least, let's just say, at least you have English speaking baseline to start with. So you'll be good.
Got it.
And then secondly, one of the other ways is, a lot of the ways I got views from other countries is if you do reactions or funny or sort of important or educational reactions, like or stitch other videos, meaning you create a video reaction to a video that's in a region that you want to be shown in. That's another way to get shown to another region.
Brilliant.
So sometimes I've gone on viral videos just to test it from the US, and I do a reaction video, just watch it. I literally would sit there and just watch the video like this, and the video might still get 5,000, 10,000 views because the original video was really, really engaging. And then I look at my analytics, and 40% of the views came from the USA. So those are little hacks that you can use to get in front of the audience. And if you have a video that's really cool that they can go watch after they've seen that one, or while that one is starting to accrue views, then you're likely to bring on a test audience into, this is some advanced stuff. You bring a test audience into the current video that you just posted after you reacted to that one. But I would say it's all about content. If you create a video that talks about British accents versus Australian accents, I'm actually thinking of doing a video like that, which is kind of interesting, but I'm thinking of doing a video like that. It's likely with the hashtag to show to British people who may think it's funny or educational. So the content, like you said in your YouTube, the content matters.
Yeah.
Like the algorithm is probably much more like pulling away to say we have to test Australia first. But if your content starts getting seen or interacted by a small audience of British people in Australia, then it's going to show to people who have their phone settings originally to the UK, and you may have a chance of going viral. But that's really difficult. I've never done that, but I know that's one of the ways that you can start to accrue views in those other regions.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Now, how long is your course? Because I haven't gone through your course yet. How long is it?
Literally a 1 hour masterclass. It's about,
Perfect.
I think it's 59 minutes. Like,
yep.
But
Perfect.
The point about it is it's a masterclass. Everything that I say is not the cool graphical videos of like, here's how you dance on TikTok. Here's some cool interfaces. I'm sitting in front of the camera and I'm just spitting out pure knowledge on the algorithm, how to use hashtags, how to grow fast, how to collaborate, how to create a strategy for actually monetizing, which I know we'll talk about, how to actually create an audience that will be your community that you can also monetize in the future, either at the beginning if you want, because it happens naturally, or in the future.
Yeah, totally. Now, I think that's really important to highlight as well. A 1 hour masterclass being a course, that a 1 hour versus something that's like a 10-hour course, that doesn't mean that there's more value in a 10-hour course whatsoever.
We've all taken those 10-hour courses.
yeah. Time is valuable as well. And I did one course so far. This is not a lady. It's a YouTube course. It's a SEO course. She's got a drip feed, so you can't even access the entire thing straight away. But the one that I did, it was only 20 minutes, but it was 5 videos. But my God, she basically cramped what somebody would take 10 hours to just talk about. She cramped it into a 20-minute slides, and it was like really engaging, really educational. And that's what I want. I don't care about it being long. So I just want to make sure any listeners thinking, oh, it's only an hour. No, that's a good thing. That's a
I
good
appreciate
thing.
that.
That's not an outness, you know.
No.
My YouTube SEO course is 40 minutes
Oh,
with
wow. Nice.
and it's similar to your style, but then it's another 4 hours of over the shoulder, like how do you actually do stuff. So if somebody likes that stuff, they can have it, and if they like this one, it's, you know.
That's nice.
But
That's very nice.
I love the TikTok tips. I love the tip about engaging with the audience, and you know, like giving who you're being shown, kind of catch that trend. Who's actually watching the video, and you're kind of trying to catch the trend of where you're getting the engagement from. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Is that right?
Exactly. No, absolutely. That's right. And I want to say too, is one of the things I did when I said I posted every day, when I started to actually see traction, was I responded to every single comment, even the viral ones that have 700. You won't believe this. These videos that have 700 comments, I responded to every single one in the beginning. Now, I mean, I feel kind of bad. I don't respond to every single thing now. I just don't have time for that. It's like, it's when you get big, you start getting a big head, you don't want to respond anymore. No, it's like, if I get 800 comments, I actually don't have time for 800 comments, and I really want to focus on the content. So what I'll do now is I'll go respond to the people that write much longer captions, give them a little bit more love back, because it takes 2 seconds to say, haha. But if it says, yeah, this is really funny, I really learned how to pronounce this word now, thank you, I'll say, yes, if there are other words you want to learn, let me know. You know, so responding to comments, to fans, and to people who really care about you, and the ones that are pushing the algorithm for you, you should go ahead and respond to those as well. That's a really good tip. Like you said, as we always say, giving back to our community and our fans.
Totally. Let me ask you this. This is a question, selfish question for me. So you've got the 60 seconds video, this 15 seconds video. When you're getting started, does it matter? Does it not matter?
Yeah, it does. To me, in my experience, the 15-second range, and then there was a leak, like TikTok, like slide deck actually, that somebody leaked in the groups, one of our groups, or at least the top creators get this, and they shared it with us. So I can share it with you guys now. I'm sure we won't get in trouble for this. They basically said on this slide deck is that create 13 to 17-second videos. Those perform best as per what TikTok themselves say. So if you can fit in some sort of tips and value in that time, do it, keep it shorter. And the reason that's important too is just naturally as human beings and with our short attention span, it's easier to get somebody to watch an entire video completion that's 15 seconds long or 17 seconds long or 13 seconds long, because we have such short attention span, right? So remember, the algorithm is basically pushed by watch time. That is the biggest. If I just told anything, if you had to get my course and all I did was tell you in the first 10 seconds was the watch time on your TikTok videos are the most important factor to getting more people to see it and to go viral. If you do, watch time, watch time, watch time. That's all you need to know about TikTok. All right, I gotta go now. Like, if you make a video that's 15 seconds long and you have the average watch time be 15 seconds, that video is going to go viral. Whether it gets 100,000 views or 50,000 or 1 million or 3 million, it depends on sort of the other specific knickknacks in their algorithm. But if you can get somebody to watch an entire 15-second video, you're going to get some looks.
That's awesome. I love that. And it's funny. It's all the same thing. It's all you know, what do you call it? Like the experience, the user experience, the user experience.
Customized. And that's what I think I can mention is the For You page is not the same For You page for everybody, right? So you get served a group of videos that they're testing on you constantly to see how long you watch the video. If you're already on TikTok, you know this is very true. You go on TikTok and you watch one video, you're like, haha, this is funny. Oh, wow, this guy's so smart. And you scroll and you look back on your phone and the time, and 1 hour has passed. I've done this before. I've been sitting there laying in bed or just looking at my phone and like the beginning, that's why I don't spend as much time on TikTok anymore, because it's dangerous if you're not benefiting from it. You could just be sucked in. Your data is being used, obviously, of course. You'll watch a few videos and then you realize that you've been binge watching if you're not careful for an hour, because they know what videos to serve you based on your watch time and your engagement. One guy was like, oh, I keep getting served girls dancing and like cute hot girls in the videos. I'm like, bro, I gotta tell you, it's because you like cute hot girls in videos. That's why you keep showing up on your TikTok feed.
I
You know.
get it.
So I think
Yeah,
people got to realize, yeah, the time they spend is really important, but also the engagement in videos is a huge
that's
driver
awesome.
for the algorithm, and that they only get served what they desire to see or what they find interesting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, well, I love all that. You know what? I'm gonna ask you about two other topics that I'm interested to hear your thoughts about.
Sure.
Number one, totally random. If you watch Social Dilemma,
I have, yes, I
what
have.
do you think? The movie says at the end, start the conversation. So I'm like, okay, let's start the conversation.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I tell you what, man, you know, the legacy ones like Facebook and specifically Instagram, I truly believe that it has been a detriment to our psychology, our psyche, especially for our generation, for anyone that is millennial, even the people that are, especially the Gen Z, who all they know is cell phones. They don't know what a phone connected to the wall is like, which is crazy. Now I feel old. You know, I'm only 32, and now I'm starting to think like certain things about life. You get a certain age, people don't experience it. These kids don't know what
Yeah.
a phone attached to the wall is like, you know, or one of those brick Nokia phones that has the
Yep.
weird, you know. And I think social media can be very dangerous, bro. As someone that works in social media, I can still say this confidently and without sort of like hiding the truth, is that this comparison factor, yeah, man, he's got bigger muscles than me. She's cuter than me. Like I've never really experienced that. But I started to look at like, actually, when I look at photos of other people, like people with nice Lambos or like entrepreneurship, I'm like, you kind of want that, or you kind of think that's cool. And I think the way
Mm,
that social media is built psychologically in our head for value is shiny object syndrome. We all want something we don't have or that we don't feel
mm,
worthy enough. And I think it comes much deeper into the person, you know, living in Bali, exploring myself spiritually now. It's like I start looking at things in my past life and my history of my growing up, how I was raised, what countries I lived in, on the things that affected me. And I'm like, a lot of it also now is related to what I see on social media and the influence on, you know, of social media in my life. So I think for social media as a whole, man, I think people have to realize how it does impact them and then make the decisions for them on how they're going to police it. I don't spend barely any time on Instagram now except to post, and I have a couple of notifications on
yeah.
for people, but I turn off pretty much all my notifications for social media so I don't keep getting pulled in. I also check how much time I spend on social media, and I'm proud to say, not bragging, but I'm proud to say I probably spend only about 4 hours a week on social media, which is actually
Yeah.
ridiculously low compared to people who do it like 4 hours,
Totally.
7 hours a day. And when it comes to TikTok, what I think with TikTok though is that I think that there's some good in TikTok, especially because it's newer. Because there's people who are overweight or whatever, they're shaped different, they look different, so they're getting love on TikTok. They're getting like, hey, you're really cool. Hey, I love that when you do that dance. I think there's something really unique about TikTok because it's allowing people to be themselves again. And I don't know
Mm,
if it's going to be like that forever, everybody. I don't know. I know that's what it is today. And I know that, especially with me, it's been cool to be able to go and create on there. And I've spent more time creating on TikTok because I've actually enjoyed it. And of course, I've gotten more positive feedback, and that's probably a lot to do with it. But I think when you can just press play and you can do anything, and people are like open to seeing anyone in their natural state rather than with all the filters and all this other
yeah.
things from Instagram, it's a lot more healthier place. And they've also seen, because they have a younger audience, they seem to be very, very primed to protect people from bullying and a lot of explicit sexual content that you would see on TikTok, where people are literally wearing strings as bikinis. You don't see that on TikTok. They take it off. I love that, you know? So, and no offense to everybody, like in anything with Instagram, like I think it's a very unique space for different things, and I respect people's decisions, but there's something special I think about TikTok that maybe can help this generation, to where people are talking about depression, you know, people are talking about how to handle loss of loved ones. You know, they're doing memorial videos about famous people, you know, and they're sharing emotional, important things. And I think the thing you guys have to watch is your attention, how much you're spending on these platforms. If you spend an hour on TikTok, you have an entire hour the girls have an entire hour to compare themselves and their bodies, and guys, even in this case, to other people and say that maybe I'm not good enough. If you spend less time and you do it because you're passionate about something, you're creating things that you enjoy. I'm sorry this is such a long response because it is so important, man.
Yeah.
You know, you tend to have a much healthier relationship. And again, if you guys, we also got to work on ourselves outside of TikTok. We can't live on TikTok, on Instagram, social media all the time. Work on yourself, work on self-development, loving who you are and what you stand for, and be proud of yourself. And it'll be easier for you to navigate social media as it evolves at an alarming rate. You know, like in 5 years, I think it's going to look even different, even more different. You know, what was the other question? I think you said.
No, that's great. That's great. I just wanted to bring it up. I figured, you know, I mean, it can get a bit boring.
They're collecting your data, of course. Come on, people.
What's that?
Why do you think it's free? They're collecting our data on a very, very intimate, focused level. If you watch a video about crocodiles for like an extra 5 seconds rather than skateboards, then someone who sells crocodile jackets will be easily able to market to you, and they'll charge that person 10 cents extra so they can be in front of you when you want to buy that jacket. It is the reality. I don't understand why people think this is like some sort of big thing, the government. Like, as soon as you sign up on social media or any platform, the data is automatically aggregated or individualized, whatever, illegally, who knows. It is theirs because you say, I want this thing that it lets me get seen by other people. I don't understand why people are doing a double standard. Go buy your own Facebook or invent it. If you really want interaction, go spend $1 billion. Be Mark. But you're not Mark, you know, and I'm not saying these people are perfect. They're probably in some ways very kind of like out of the scope of what regular people should be doing, you know, with the power that they have in the palm of their hands. But you guys got to realize that as soon as you jump on any social media platform, if you don't own it, if you jump on any platform you do not own, then it's not yours. So you just don't jump on it and don't complain, you know? You know, it's just a risk that you have to realize. So anyway, I digress.
I agree with everything you said. You know, there's definitely a lot of truth in everything you said. And I think that's just, I just wanted to bring it up because it can get a bit boring talking about the bundle and the bundle and the bundle and the courses and stuff. And I think, I think it's important to tackle those things as well. While we're here, we might as well kind of, you know, like they said in the movie, start the conversation.
Which, by the way, can I make a comment on that? I was talking with my partner about this, and she said, she's been telling me the platforms, the reason they may have done that is because we're moving away from social media in a way, in terms of like the sort of like, look at me, I'm cool. Authenticity is standing out more. One-to-one interaction is standing out more. That's why TikTok is doing better. It's like, I get to see this person in their real one-on-one self. But what we believe, and I think that is a hint, and maybe it's a thing I can tell to the audience, is the interaction is going away a little bit from social media and might be going to text message and might be going to being able to, there's something called a super phone, there's something called community, look them up, where if you have a large audience, you can actually create an ability for them to have your personal cell phone. You probably see your favorite celebrity say, text me. It's not like their actual personal cell phone. It's a software that allows them to text massive amounts of people, but also interact. If you text them back and say, yeah, I want a ticket to your concert on Thursday, John, they can text you a link to it. I think that's the future of commerce as well. And it's sort of happening in WeChat and other parts in China and other parts of the world where people are a little bit more advanced in certain ways, where you can do everything on a text platform. And we might be going away from so much visual. It's such visual overload. Have you ever logged into Instagram? And it, like, for me, sometimes it hurts to scroll. It's too much. So I think we may dumb it down a little bit, and that's not a great word to say, but bring the dial down to where we're controlling less of the visual stuff and the overload, and we're picking the spots where we want to see things. Instead of having a crazy feed with 1 million people, we may have more individualized feeds like TikTok is being successful at. So just thought I'd mention that.
Interesting. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I brought it up. And the last thing I was going to ask is just being a digital nomad. So you've been traveling and doing a digital nomad for 3 years, is
But
that right?
about 3 years or maybe 3.5 years now. Hmm.
So I'll tell you, like, we're part of this bundle, and I'm seeing everybody, and this TikTok people and travelers and stuff like that. Now, I'm debt free, single dude
Amazing.
who's got no, I live off passive income, right? Like, I'm the prime digital nomad candidate, but I haven't pulled the trigger, right, on it.
You need to,
Tell
brother.
me, tell me, tell me pros, cons,
Sure.
recommendations, whatever. Tell me,
Well,
give me your pitch on it.
okay. Let me just, I'm always transparent with everything. Like it's not as cozy, cutie, beach life, Bali, perfect lifestyle as people think. It can
Yeah.
be lonely. One of the biggest cons or challenges is if you're a solo traveler, especially, is it's hard to connect with people and make friends because not everybody, remember, it is that lifestyle where it's here or there. Some people are going to Mexico next week because they've been in Bali 3 months and you just met and you're like, hey man, yeah, nice to meet you. I'll see you next week. And they're like, no, actually, bro, I'm going back to Australia in like 3 days.
Right.
So that's the con. It's like you don't have a constant build environment like you do if you're in the Western society, where even if you work a 9 to 5 jobs, at least when you go on lunch break, you see the same people. There's no lunch break in Bali, folks. So it's a challenge to really like connect when you're supposed to
Yeah.
be the culture connector and travel and see the world. But then you realize that if you only stay in a place temporarily, it's hard to really root yourself and make long-term friends because they're not
Mm,
long-term if you got to go to Paris next week.
yeah.
And there's something to be said, to be honest, too, about slow travel. Is what we call slow travel, is where you stay, 2 months, 3 months or longer. And I've been in Bali a year and a half, but you live somewhere much longer for 2 or 3 months before you move on, instead of making it sort of like a quick hit and you get out of there. But I'd say the challenges are, navigating the culture. Maybe like when I was, for example, like I spent maybe 3 months in Denmark in my early days, maybe 3 years ago, and the culture is different. The culture is
Mm.
not expressive, open, like, hey, what's up, guys? It's Olumide. Nice to meet you. It's like, I try to talk to somebody on the bus, and this is what I get. Like, don't talk to me. And it's okay because it's
Mm.
just, the culture is a little bit more warm. Like, you got to, like, get to know people. I know now some friends that I have in Denmark, after like 3 months, then they become your best friend forever. You can't even get rid of them. So I think culture adjusting and learning a
Okay.
new culture and respecting the culture it's not the easiest thing, or not respecting is easy, but getting to know the culture, how people are. I'd say one of the biggest things is the Wi-Fi. Sometimes, thankfully, we've had a good Wi-Fi connection, but just because I live and I found a place, I know this place has good Wi-Fi. But if you're working online, the Wi-Fi can be a pain in the butt because it will
Mm.
cut out. There's cloudy. When the Wi-Fi is bad, they say, "Oh, it's because it's cloudy today." I'm like, does that really have anything to do with it? And then what else? And I'm giving you all the cons before I give you all the beautiful moments and
I
beautiful
want to
things.
know the cons, because I tell you, every digital nomad I hear is how wonderful it is, and I'm like, okay, I
No,
get
bro,
it,
they're
but
lying.
tell
They're
me
trying to be
like the
Instagram. And then another thing I'd say is the work-life balance, which you think is perfect, but here's the thing, and it was my fault. When I arrived in Bali too, I had some big clients. That's what allowed me to first sort of make that move, because I was like, oh wow, now I have a cushion. And long story short, I'd done some podcast interviews. I lost two of the clients. It was terrible. It was tough start to jump in here and think everything is going to be perfect. But managing clients on different time zones is actually not as
Mm,
easy as it looks. You know what I used to
mm,
do? Because I
mm.
also didn't think about prioritize myself when I was taking intake calls for clients. Do you know I was doing 2 a.m. calls the first like
Wow.
2 months? Because I thought these are my clients, and if they're up, at 2 p.m. in Ohio, I got to be up at the same time, bro. Just tell them to be up at 9 p.m. because that's the 9 a.m. for you. Prioritize you. So
Yeah.
that was the con. It was like my mental health was sort of affected because I didn't get sleep. I was basically, putting myself into like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. calls, which sounds so dumb. And I feel I'm a little bit, I'm not embarrassed, but I'm being real. I found myself like catering to not my lifestyle, but other people's lifestyles and time without prioritizing
Right.
myself. And it really affected me, bro. You know, with it was I was a little bit depressed. I didn't have friends because I was like, okay, they're leaving in 2 days anyway. Why should I go out and meet friends or go to these networking events? And that's the opposite of what I am now. I mean, I run a platform that connects digital nomads. It's called Globalversity. And it's something that I'm really passionate about now, helping us to transition into this life. If you and anybody else is interested, please check
Mm.
globalversity.com, globalversity.com. And it's a way that we can Skillshare
Yeah,
and
great.
network on a regular basis. So that's all the cons, you know. And there are other ones like dating. You're a single man, bro. You're not gonna get a girlfriend, bro, because these ladies, these millennial ladies, they got no time for us unless you find a great one. Thankfully, I'm found an amazing woman, but it took a while. I was, where they at? Where are you know? So I think dating is tough, man, because
Yeah.
you know Tinder's great, but only for a certain amount of time. You need love. You need a real person, a woman, someone that's gonna stick with you, and you're gonna have positive, good experiences with. Healthy relationships and experiences is what you want in this lifestyle as well. Trust me, everything else is
Yeah.
not
So
as
how did you
great.
meet her then? How did you meet her
I
then?
met her here in Bali. So she was actually, the story is she was staying here longer term as well. So that made it easier to actually date and connect rather
Mm.
than like when you travel like that, you're not trying to hang out for a long time. You're just like, hey, and then bye, you know, and I'm just being real. You know, that's how it is. So it's important to find people that align with your values. You know, I value long-term relationships and real connection. But if you value like quick hustles and hang out and go to Paris for a week, come back to a thing, then that's great too. You just have to make sure that it aligns with your heart and where you're at. You know, and that's
Mm.
the pro about it. Let's get into the pros. Like you can determine what you want to do, when you want to do it, whether it comes to relationships or friendships or food, everything is possible for you, you know. Um, One of the biggest pros definitely is like being able to like wake up either at like 7 a.m. like I did today for this call or like 2 p.m. and no one's going to judge you for it and no one's going to tell you like you're not hustling or you're not in a 9 to 5, you know, making yourself feel like you're,
Yeah.
you know, you're a loser because you're not hustling like everybody else. Like I haven't woken up at 6 a.m. for like 2 years, and I love it. And I know there's these other things like wake up at 6 a.m. Like, bro, my business is doing great. My mental health is great. I don't need that. Maybe when I'm 40 and I'm trying to build a $1 billion company, then that's important. But I feel like for my current mental health, in order to function, I'm at this
Mm.
uh, sort of that's the way I like to live. So I'd say the Instagram photos and being at the beach, that's cool because it like you are really if you take one photo and but then you turn around and you have a coconut right there, there's nothing like it in Bali. I have like 5 coconuts a day. That's not even a joke. One like that, maybe like 2 or 3. So there's also the community of digital
Yeah.
nomads of people that from all over the world, you know, especially in hotspots like Canggu, Bali. I'm not saying come here. I'm saying it's just one of the hotspots.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
us here already, but no, you should come.
Yeah. There's lots
No,
of
there's
them.
people from all over the world, and this cultural thing. You know, I grew up in America. That's a different story, but I haven't felt more accepted in Bali and traveling than I have anywhere else. Like living in America in one place. Like I've been so loved and accepted in this community as this global citizen, and being originally from Nigeria and traveling, I saw that. I felt the love. I saw the connection. And when I started to travel again, I saw that like where everybody's just their individual core self. Like, I don't know if you're Australian or Norwegian. I don't really care, bro. Like, bro, you want to get a beer or something, bro? Like, that's the attitude that people have. And it's a beautiful thing.
Mm.
I think also when it comes to the freedom, once you do have a business that actually can run itself, like you have a passive income business. For me, I still got to get on freaking a lot of calls but it's great because it's high ticket and it's impactful to people's lives. And you can basically determine how much money you want to make by the
Mm.
output. Once you have a system, like for you, it's probably like based on conversions based on email. If you want to convert and make more money, you probably need, you know, more, obviously you need more customers, a larger email list. Like if I give you a targeted email list of 100,000 people, then tomorrow I gave you one of 1,000,000 people, you'd make more money because Iran knows how to get 10, 20% of people to buy something, right? So if you're in Bali, if you're making a certain amount of money, let's just pretend, let's make up numbers, you're making 100 grand from 1,000,000 people email list, you know, like, hey, all I have to do is just do my same stuff. But if I want to level up, let me get 10 million emails so I can make $1 million. So the systems that you set in place allow you as a digital nomad to determine how much money you want to make or how much effort you want to give. Like I've had really big deals, bro, that I don't quote work for a month and a half. And that's not even, some people would think that's bad, like you're taking time off, but that's the lifestyle. I choose to do those.
Oh, I see. Like you made a high enough ticket that you could just take a break type thing and
yeah,
the cushion.
I'm like, if I don't do anything for 6 months, there's some deals like, it's like, I don't have to do anything for 6 months, but I still do because that's the game for me. And I love entrepreneurship. But that's one of the beautiful things is you have time to do things or not to do things. You know what I mean? What other questions would people think about for this digital nomad lifestyle? Just like being able to like go to other cities in the same country and see new things, I think is underestimated. And I'm not talking about like wanderlust and like going to Japan and for like 3 days and then to Iceland. I'm talking about like culturally seeing things, understanding Balinese Hindu culture, and on a daily basis being able to say, wow, like that's beautiful, you know? So yeah, I don't know if you have any other specific questions, but it's just the freedom that you wake up, you know?
I like the cons, to be honest. I like out of everything, I just like to hear the cons. You know what I mean? Because and the other thing I think you kind of answered it. I was gonna ask, but I was gonna ask, like, do you have passive income that pays for everything? Or do you still have to consistently find clients? And I think if I was to talk to most digital nomads,
go ahead.
I don't know, where are they at? Are they living off passive income, or they still have to just work and chase people just
bro,
like you know what I mean?
I'm at a co-living space and co-working space, and you're still plugging in like a 9 to 5, like with your headphones on because you got to hustle. So I would say a majority of people on it's true, you know, a majority of people are still on that, I guess, hustle,
the treadmill,
but they don't have to jump in 9 to 5 traffic, nor do they have to sort of like listen to somebody else to tell them, John, you're not good enough. You suck at your job, John. I don't know why I do those accents. So it's okay because they still determine their work time and they can get up and leave whenever, and their income and lifestyle is depending on how much work or expertise or strategy that they can sort of implement. But like for me, for example, I don't do, no. We don't do that anymore. Like I decided, even if it means like going like 1 or 2 weeks without a client or something like that, and I still have to like focus on getting on calls and closing people, I'm okay with that. So my structure is this. Whether I get and we have to have a talk. It's funny we're doing this and this is being recorded. We have to have a talk about a client that I may have coming on here. I need your expertise with creating funnels. There you go. Business is being created here. See how that works, folks? Collaboration.
That's right.
So the way I work is I'm a middleman. I'm a deep network introducing person to where, for example, I have a possible client for marketing that needs funnel. It's a coach. I don't do any of the work anymore, bro. That's what I did for the first 3-4 months when I was in Bali. And I realized that I wanted to have more time. And what I do is I introduce or I middleman the deal for example, a landing page or marketing. I have a team of guys in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I have a guy in Singapore for Facebook marketing. And this is the best model ever. If you guys haven't seen this model, it's not passive income. Like Iran is just sitting there, money's coming in, he's getting these notifications. I'm a little bit jealous, gonna take another one of his courses related to that. But mine is like this. I still go get the clients, and my main gig or job is networking to go get clients and to create value for people. But for example, Facebook. if I have a Facebook ads client, I may collect $2,500 a month, but I outsource, or I get a VA, or I get somebody to do the same work for $750 to $1,000. So I'm giving up money for a little bit more freedom. A lot of people will want to go like this, and they want to make 15K a month. My friend, I'll take 8.5K and not claim I'm a six-figure entrepreneur because I want to be at the beach all day with my girlfriend, or I want to wake up at 2 p.m. So I'll take 1.75K. I'll pay my VA or my contractor in Malaysia, 1.2K, and we'll call it a day. And then the next day I'll get on a call for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and I'll say, hey, we got some Facebook services here. This is my company. This is what we do. I'll get another client for 2.5K. This time I'll pay, I might pay a little bit more. This person needs a little bit more. I'll take 1K. Friends, are you willing to take $1,000 a month and give more to somebody else, 1.5K, to live a life of freedom? I am. Yeah. I'd rather make 7.5K a month than $20,000 a month because I don't care about money. I care about impact and the community. And I know that, a certain amount of that money or the profit, I'm going to use to grow my personal brand, grow this platform, and take myself to another level, knowing that the big play is growing the community, the audience, not the exact amount of money. Of course, having more money gives you more play, but that's
it will happen naturally as well.
Exactly.
It will also happen naturally as you grow.
Exactly. So, and to tell you guys the truth too, what's happening is, even with some of the initiatives I'm working on in Bali, yesterday I was just featured in Entrepreneur Magazine for the first time, which is amazing, crazy, for the work that I've been doing with the digital nomad visa for Indonesia. As you guys may not have heard it. I hope, Iran, if it's okay to put, I think we'll both put it in our bios for each other.
Yeah. Give me the links to whatever that you got.
Yeah, I have a petition for the digital nomad visa. We have over 2,000 signatures. We've provided a formal proposal to the president of Indonesia, and a business partner guy in Bali, he's an Indonesian guy, has put a actual formal letter and proposal to the president, and it's being reviewed. So we're literally impacting the population as well. And those are the things that I'm passionate about, rather than say I made $100,000 this month. That's so fickle.
Yeah.
I want to change millions and potentially, hopefully, billions of lives by the time I'm done. And that's the vision for this lifestyle. So that's what I'd say to that question. Like, but here's the thing. If you're going to, remember, nothing comes easy. Do you think you're going to sit there? Even billionaires got to work. They got to do meetings. If you're going to be successful, one of the things, and I'm sure, Iran, you're good at this, is you have to generate leads. You have to collect data. So for me, even though I'm not working anymore, and all I do is do calls, I still do the work for generating leads, and I have systems that help me generate leads. I know how to post on Facebook and LinkedIn to make people book calls with me. I know how to run retargeting ads on Facebook that make people jump on my calendar. Those are the things that people need to realize, is that if you want freedom, you still need leads to turn into clients or customers. You need leads. I'm gonna say it again. You need leads to turn into clients or customers. You can learn it from Iran, you can learn it from me, but the ones that are doing it and they're generating income and living a more breathable lifestyle can generate leads and turn them into clients or customers. Just remember that if you remember anything.
Sales. There's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. So yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad we covered ground on a lot more than just a bundle,
Yeah, covered a lot.
But I'll post this on my podcast. I think this will be a good listen. If somebody's got a good commute, I think this will be a good inspirational, different topics,
Absolutely.
And if you'll give me your links on where people can find you. Do you want to just say where can people find you, like your handle or your website specifically, like one or two things that you can share?
Yeah, sure. I'd say go on Instagram is the most sort of place I'm active for responding to people, because if a message comes in, I respond. Otherwise, I'm not on there. And it's Olumide _Gbenro. So it's hard to spell, but OLUMIDE _GBENRO. And then I would say just Google my name, Olumide Gbenro, and you'll find me on LinkedIn as well. So Instagram, LinkedIn. Actually, I'm more active on Twitter now, and it's the same. There's no underscore. It's just Olumide Gbenro. So if you just Google my name and you'll go to either my website, olumidegbenro.com, or my socials, olumide_Gbenro, you will find me. And yeah, I think that's probably the best way to reach me. Or you can also email me, hi@olumidegbenro.com. I'll send you the links, and you can just
yeah. I'll save it all in the description or whatever, so we can have it all out there.
And I'm excited.
But look,
you're
thanks a lot.
genius, so we have.
What's that?
You're YouTube SEO genius, so we have a great chance.
That's right. Exactly. Well, look, thanks a lot for the chat. Really appreciate it. I think this was really valuable on few facets, few angles as well. So yeah, that's awesome. Otherwise, your course is part of the bundle, which is obviously available for $147, 100 courses. Honestly, anybody that doesn't buy this, they obviously don't understand how good it is, or they've got rocks in their head.
You've been wanting to buy it and grow as an entrepreneur and in a online business, and you've been looking at $997 courses, $3,000 courses, but then you have 100 courses around that for $147. If you can't find something to be successful on, we can't help you. And I'm hard. I'm such a cute, nice person.
It's true.
And I say stuff like this. It's a fact. If you cannot help yourself, help you to help yourself in this case for $147, you should just stay 9 to 5 forever. And that sounds mean. It's not for you, you know?
Yeah, 100%. There's just no two ways about it. That's just the way it is. So, but look, I'm excited about this bundle. I think it's going to give a lot of value. I've never seen a bundle like that in the entrepreneurial niche.
Not in entrepreneurial. I've seen the creative, like the ones where they do the filters or whatever, or the editors, the loots. But my brother, I've never seen this on this level. I was like, this guy's in this lady, everybody's in this, bro. We all said, let's make this happen this one time. So hopefully you guys do not want to miss out. Grab it. Yeah. There's so much value. Like me, myself, like this show what kind of people we are. I'm down with, I'm going to watch your YouTube SEO course. And then there's another one that I was interested in, like from a lady about even digital nomad life. I'm like, oh, I wonder what she has to say. Like there's so much value. And if you're educating and growing as a person, this is going to change your life. Grab it today.
Totally. I've been going through the courses one by one. I've done 6 so far.
Oh, wow.
And the next 2 weeks, all I'm doing is I'm literally getting on a call to interview the creators and doing their course. You do the course, interview, do the course. I don't care. Next 2 weeks, I'll happily just consume the living hell of everything.
That's it.
And I'll tell you, there's another angle that's really, really good, right? A lot of people want to have passive income. Like I say, I've got passive income. I've only built passive income in the last 12 months, not longer than that. All the stuff before that was the school of hard knocks, okay? But the passive income was purely, and when I say passive income, I mean, I make at this point, I'm maybe about approximately $3,000 per month, right? Passive, which is great because, that pays for everything. I don't need, I live frugally. It pays for everything. It's great.
Right.
And then I can start my month and I know things are covered at least. And then if I make anything on top, well, that's a bonus. But the thing is that people want passive income. One of the best ways to do passive income is obviously a membership or an online course. Now, the way to set up an online course, what could be a better way than to see how other people are doing it and see what you like? Anybody that even wants to have an online course at any point in the future, you could do one course and learn from somebody, or you can get 50 or 100 courses and get 100 viewpoints and perspectives on how they've done it. I mean, that on its own to me is brilliant because I build online courses. I love online courses. So to me, I'm learning from how everybody are doing their stuff. I'm seeing different camera angles they're doing and different style of videos and, very, very good. It's very, very good. So there you go.
Yeah,
there you go. All righty. Well, I'll wrap it up here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And
thank you.
We'll speak to you soon.
See you soon. Cheers, brother.